from Debo. Who? Debo.
Let me just tuck mine in. What's up, y'all? What's up, Red?
The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So Michigan's going to play Minnesota Golden Gophers this Saturday, 7:30. I believe it's on NBC. Minnesota is what? 3-2 on the year. They lost to Nebraska 13-10, so that should tell you something. They beat Eastern Michigan, lost to North Carolina 31-13, lost to Northwestern 37-34, beat Louisiana, and here we are. So Minnesota, it's kind of all these teams we've been playing are kind of built the same, basically. In Minnesota, in their history, they've been this type of team they want to run the ball. They want to run the rock, run the ball. Similar to old Michigan, or historically. So with that being said, like their quarterback, Kalakamenis, I'm not sure how to say it. So he's 58% on the year, 745 yards. He's only got like 149 yards a game. He's only attempted 121 passes. So what does that tell you? They've played like 5 games, and these are actual, they're not just blowing people out. So these are games where, it's meaningful snaps. They played 5 games. He's got 121 attempts. That's like 22, 23 a game or something like that. So they're not trying to throw the ball. Now, what do you say? Their star running back, Taylor, who's actually from Detroit, and he's kind of nice. He didn't play last game against Louisiana, so I'm not sure if he's going to play this game. He's got 532 yards, 6 yards a carry, 4 TDs. He's averaging 133 a game. And I believe Evans stood in for him, and he had, I'm not sure what he had last game. Let me check real quick. Just to know. Yeah, Evans had 16 carries for 86 yards, so that ain't bad. But long story short, Minnesota's going to try to run that ball. And, you trying to run that ball against Michigan, it just ain't likely it's going to. You better have a hell of an offensive line to get away with it. And they just don't have that. Minnesota's defense, they're not really good, honestly. Their defense isn't good. They gave up 30-something to Northwestern, so that tells it. That tells it right there. So this game should be similar to the Nebraska game. You want to come out, jump on them early, make them lose all hope, and then just, continue to do what we do. You stop their run game, force their quarterback, who's not used to a lot of attempts, can't beat you with his arm consistently, ball game. But the thing for Michigan is you want to work on your mistakes. Things that weren't good against Nebraska or any of these other Nebraska or Rutgers. You want to work on the tackling in the secondary. You want Josiah Stewart in the ends, if they're dropping into coverage, to actually be dropping and looking like they know what they're doing, not looking lost when they drop into coverage. It's about cleaning everything up. You really want to blow this team out. Right now, our schedule you just got nothing but teams that probably don't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? So you got Indiana, then you got Michigan State. I know people, it's a rivalry. Boy, they gonna get the control butt whooping at the least. They'll be lucky to get the control butt whooping. You know what I'm saying? Purdue, So these are all the games before we go to Penn State. So it's about getting up, putting your foot on their neck, making them lose hope before you even get into halftime, getting your starters out healthy, and moving on. You want to stay healthy, but just working on things that haven't been there. Offensively, you want to see the offensive line, the new set of offensive linemen that you're trying to go with since Miles Hinton has been injured or whatever. You want to see them to continue to progress. You want to see those rushing lanes and the run game continue to progress. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give up any sacks, tackles for loss. You want to clean all of that up. Hopefully, knock on wood, we want to keep seeing if Donovan's going to have that game. I still got faith in Donovan. A lot of people done lost faith in him. I haven't lost faith in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't lost faith in this dude. This dude didn't just forget how to play football. He didn't, and he's still talented. So I'm not on this. Don't use Donovan. Just use him in the throw game. No, but we will get to see is Khalil Mullings coming along better. And honestly, this could be a blessing in disguise. Donovan coming along slow. And why I say that is because Khalil Mullins, it's given a little opening for Khalil to come along, and he's making the most of that. So then you can have three backs that you trust that all of them give you something different. And that's how most of these top teams nowadays, like Georgia will have like 2-3 backs that they trust. You know what I'm saying? Some of these other teams, they have 2, 3, 4 backs that they trust, so it's only a good thing from that. That's a blessing in disguise to me if Khalil Mullins continues to progress. But you want to see a clean game. You want to see these dudes just play fundamentally sound. You want to keep ironing out the kinks. We want to see Rod Moore. We want to see him getting back to being that dude that we all know and love, that you can trust back at that safety position. If it all goes wrong, you can pretty much trust that Rod Moore was going to make that tackle and clean it up. We want to see him slowly get back into that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been rusty, very rusty. He was in when the last 2 big plays that went for touchdowns, Rod Moore was the safety. That's not like him. So we want to see him continue to get that rust off. And I know somebody was asking me about the safeties. That's part of the problem. Rod Moore is the safety. He was the best safety on our roster probably the last 2 years. Maybe you could say somebody else 2021, but 2022 he definitely was. He's the guy that cleaned up everything. You know what I'm saying? If anybody was going to make a play, it was him at safety. So that's part of the problem. Keon Sabb has been back there. He's young. So he's out there. He's playing pretty well, but he's still trying to find himself kind of in this complex scheme. You know what I'm saying? Once you trust yourself, you know what you can do, where you're supposed to be, and how to react to everything. I think Keon Sabb's still trying to find his way in the secondary like that, to where he knows, okay, this is what I'm seeing. This is how I need to react. This is the angles, all of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of it. Also with Quentin Johnson, the same thing. He's usually in better position, but he's a first-time starter. He hasn't started before. He would come in. He would come in usually when R.J. Moden was slowly being demoted last year, and this year we got guys injured. So that's how you see him. So that's been part of the problem. You'd like to see Makari Page pick up the slack while Rod Moore's trying to get his mojo back, but that's just how it's going. But yeah, this game shouldn't be close. Minnesota, they don't got the dogs on defense or offense to make this a real game, especially if their star running back is hurt. You know what I'm saying? Even if he isn't hurt, going against this front seven, if you got to have a hell of an offensive line to deal with these boys. It's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact. I don't know what they're going to do, but it's probably going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. Another thing, I want to start seeing, and they did this last game, that's how it got ugly fast. I want to see the defense get off the field fast. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see Minnesota matriculating, eating the clock up some. No, get these dudes off the field early and fast. You know what I'm saying? So we can get the possessions to blow them out early. If you letting them grind the clock, because that's what they're going to want to do, getting a few first downs, eating up clock, it's going to be less possessions for us because we're going to eat up the clock. It's not like we're not a big play offense right now. Not a big yardage play like 40 and 50 yards. We're not getting that consistently. So we're going to eat up 5, 6, 7 minutes. You know what I'm saying? We're going to eat up time like that. So I want to see these dudes getting off the field. Get off the field on defense. Besides that, it's just another game. I mean, it ain't much to say. This Minnesota really ain't got much of a chance in this game unless JJ, knock on wood, unless JJ does something like Bowling Green, but I think that's behind him, and I think that was a blip. So from what I see, this game is gonna get ugly. It's just how soon will it get ugly? Hopefully it gets ugly in the first half. You know, hopefully it gets ugly in the first half. You get your bench guys that need more reps and stuff like that, and get those starters out where they're watching. We're starting to get, I mean, it's still some weeks away, but we're getting closer to where it's time. We got to stay healthy. We started the season dinged up. We got guys coming back getting healthy. Mason Graham, we'll see if he's back this week. They say he's probably going to have a club on his hand, but he should be back. You know, I don't think it's a rush, but you know, that's an injury. You know, we want to start getting healthier and getting our full defense back, our full offense back, so we can start getting ready for this Penn State and this journey. It seems like a long time away, but it's really not. Before you know it, it seems like the first game was just a week or two ago, and we're on week 6 now. So before you know it, I'll be making this video, and it's real. Penn State, here we go. It's real now. Ohio State, here we go. Maryland, here we go. You know, so that's the thing. We just want to keep cleaning it up, keep cleaning it up, and keep taking that next step. Just keep looking better and keep dominating. You know, especially with the rankings I believe the college football playoff rankings will be coming out pretty soon. I believe, you know, what is it, after this week or next week, something like that. It's pretty soon. So you want to continue to dominate. Because when those rankings come out, yeah, we know we beat Penn State. We beat Ohio State. We'll make it. But, you know, you still want to put on just in case. Just in case something bad does happen, you still want to have your resume look like, man, they done blew out everybody. Like, that's just how it goes, you know. One more thing. I think, hold on. People dropped some questions after I made that video yesterday. And I said I was going to answer those questions before I forget. So let's see. I think I might have answered them all. I think I answered them all. Well, my bad. So, I guess that is all I got. So, you know, we just same old stuff. We gonna keep dominating. blow these folks out and get on with our day. You know, Debo is coming to Minnesota. Debo is coming to Minnesota. So get ready. But that's all I got for this one. I thought there was more questions that somebody left, but I guess not. But as always, like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
Great to be a Michigan!